just super. Thank you for a fabulous Christmas presentation.
But it's not over yet.
That was just our first song.
We haven't even got to the speaking parts yet. I'm one of the narrators.
And I'm one of the narratees. Narrator? Narratresses? Girl narrators.
I'm so sorry. Since Christmas musicals are always added everyone gathered at the manger, as we all were, I was just thinking that this was the end.
Well, it would be the end if this were a regular Christmas musical. But this is Christmas in Reverse!
Christmas in reverse? No, wait, I can figure this out. Let's see. Christmas backwards would be Master Chris. Or it could be spelled backwards. What's that thing? Oh, I know! Dancer!
Not the word Christmas backwards, but the story of Christmas in reverse.
I still don't get it. Then let us demonstrate. Let's start at the very end. A very strange place to start. Let's understand Christmas each other. Let's look at Christmas in reverse. Yo, kid, so follow that star sky. Bye-bye.
Your star, the one idea about that out.
If you wanna know what's working to earth, we're gonna show you Christmas in reverse. If you wanna know what's working to earth, we're gonna show you Christmas in reverse. Christmas in reverse. Yo, check it. First thing I go. Yo, angel, who are you? The door. Go on. If you wanna know what's working to earth, we're gonna show you Christmas in reverse. If you wanna know what's working to earth, we're gonna show you Christmas in reverse. Christmas in reverse. You'll close your eyes and goodbye joy. Take Mary with you. Like ocean dancing Jesus now. Breathe in there. If you wanna know what's working to earth, we're gonna show you Christmas in reverse. If you wanna know what's working to earth, we're gonna show you Christmas in reverse. Christmas in reverse. No star, no kids, no shepherds, no wings, no Mary, no Joe, no rose, no bliss. Christmas in
Well, here we are with nothing left but Jesus in the manger. But why did Jesus come to earth in the first place? Why did he even need Christmas?
Well, to understand that, let's rewind to where it all started. The most beautiful place on earth, the Garden of Eden. Look at these red delicious apples. Funny, they look like wine saps to me. But imagine all the things I could make with them. Apple sauce, apple pie, apple jack. Hey, can you make some sample for my Adam's apple? My Adam's apple? I'm the funniest guy on the planet. Adam, you're the only one on the planet. How can I start cooking? Wait a minute, Eve. God gave us every tree in this garden to pick from except
We don't know how long Adam and Eve had been in the garden, but we do know that until this time, Adam and Eve had always obeyed God. But when Adam and Eve sinned,
The garden became a place where they could no longer live.
As the angels saw that Adam and Eve had left the garden with sin, what do you think they might have said?
now Adam and Eve had children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. But none worshiped God until Noah. Then God told Noah to build a big boat, and build animals of every kind. Then Noah invited everyone to join him on the boat. But the people just laughed and walked away. So when God brought a great flood, only Noah and his family survived. And what do you think Noah and his family might have said?
Noah's children had grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and great-great-grandchildren, many of whom worshiped God. Leaders like Isaac, Jacob, Joseph, and Moses, and prophets like Isaiah, Ezekiel, and Malachi, who told people to love and obey God. And for a time, they did worship God. But then the people chose their own way. And what do you think those prophets might have said?
After the last prophet Malachi, God was silent. There was no more new words of hope, no more promises of a new Savior.
Time passed slowly. 1 year, 10 years, 100 years, then 400 years. And what about the people who loved God and prayed for his return? All they could do is wait.
But instead of reigning in the clouds as a mighty king, God came as a man, as any man would come to earth, born of a mother named Mary.
Here's how it happened.
The angel Gabriel came to Mary and said,
Mary, the Lord has decided to wonderfully bless you. You will now be the mother of God's own Son. When Mary replied, I love the Lord, that He would even notice a simple girl like me. The Lord has done so much for me, just as He has done wonderful things for everyone who serves Him.
Mary looked, trusted His plan for her life.
Watching and waiting, what's in store? Such wonderful plans before me. Knowing you'll give me so much more than I ever hoped or dreamed. I could never have imagined all you planned, and I can't forget the day. Since you came,
So take her to be your wife and help her raise the holy child. Jesus was God's gift to a world filled with sinful people. But because Jesus was God with us, He alone had the power to forgive our sin. And what about all the people who lived at that time, who would be the first to hear the news of Jesus' birth?
hot down out there! Yeah, we see you.
Don't make me come out again!
While the shepherds watch their flocks by night, while seated on the ground.
You got dirty, filthy dirty.
Why don't you get ready, seated on the ground? While the shepherds watch their flocks by night, while seated with the sheep.
You're smelly, stink of smelly.
Surrounded by the company.
The shepherds found Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus lying in the manger. The stable was probably quiet, except for the rustling and noise of the animals nearby.
As the shepherds knelt before the Christ child, the sound of an angel chorus was ringing in their ears. And in any language, their message was awesome. A Savior was born for you.
Wonderful, wonderful God.
God's own Son had been born with its first Christmas.
But others, like the wise men, who after months of following the star, found when the word came. And when they saw Jesus, they said,
He has seen the star, and we have come from the east to worship him.
And those kings knelt before the King of Kings and gave gifts to the child who worshipped.
For those who come to Jesus now, and for those who come to him now, there's great joy in knowing that God is always with us. And as we look at Christmas in the verse, we see again that God has always been with us, always loved us, and always had a plan for our lives. Though we can't worship him at the manger, we can still honor him now. Give Jesus your love. Give him your life. Give him your heart.
Silent night, holy night. Now's the time to give your life. Come, let heaven and give to us. Honor Him, your praise and love. He was born for you. Jesus was born for
And that is the end. I don't think so.
Everybody's back at the manger. Shepherds, the innkeepers, the angels, the wise men, Mary and Joseph.
We told the whole Christmas story, plus the story of Christmas.
Yes.